That's for the action video.
What a good spellcaster you are.
Sure, baby, I know it. 21 points of fire damage.
Okay. He gets to his feet and goes running back towards his other companions, and you can see he's like concentrating his mind on his companions that are currently still reaching for the mystical buttons before all of a sudden is engulfed in flames and then slams and skids on the ground, just in cinders, burning to death in front of his two friends who aren't even paying attention. But you have less than a minute.
Let's go.
Grab the knife. I have a funny feeling and let's go.
Okay, I grab the knife.
Okay, you grab the glass blade and then head up down the staircase to the next floor. You're heading up there again, and you hear like a bit of a rumble, and the ground kind of moves a bit. The elements of this stronghold definitely took some damage, sustained some structural damage on the assault, and you can hear the distant sound of bits of it still breaking away on the exterior. You head up down this floor, and you can still note, as you have been, Veth, that the architecture here, now the archers are getting higher in these hallways, and the pillars are now starting to incorporate like carved pillars of the prime pillar glass itself. Parts of the halls themselves are just like kind of weirdly pockmarked bits of smooth ruiding glass with kind of a strange, that odd like pulsing energy vibe, just kind of like streaking through as you go. As you move past it, are you leading the group?
Yes, I am!
Need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
No!
At advantage, because we had a hero's feast.
You're totally right. Take that first one. 21.
21. You move past the glass, and there's just sort of like this weird kind of fuzzy static sensation that seems to come over your mind for a second. As you blink, your eyes shift, and you're standing in the hallway with your friends, but there's almost like a ghostly image of a figure kind of drifting in the air not far from you. It seems to be searching, almost like it's sensed itself and is pushing itself to apparate and look throughout this space. This looks like a floating Rylorn, but it is long and stretched, and it's adorned in dense robes that dangle and flow beneath it. It seems to just glide through the air. A massive armored mantle and headpiece. It looks ceremonial and functional together with a strange constructed series of like symbols and designs, both on the helmet and from a backward plate that rises up past its shoulders. And it just kind of ghostly drifts there for a second, kind of reaching out to try and connect with your mind. And you just manage to push it out, and it kind of drifts from your periphery, but it gives you the sense that you're getting closer to your target. And the last thing you hear is just glancing off your mind. Visitors.
Who?
As we come up, cure wounds! I'm gonna first level cure wounds here.
Thank you. They're trying to get into our brains. Who is susceptible to brain shit?
You.
I mean, Caleb's on a thing. I'm okay. I've got a thing on.
Because I can give someone a thing. Thank you so much.
What's a thing?
Protection against psychic damage.
Cure wounds myself.
Let's go.
I should give it.
Psychic damage?
It protects against psychic damage.
Shit in the brain.
Caleb will be the one that
Aren't you protected already?
I am protected. I took care of Yasha.
I could do myself, or I could do somebody else. A cleric, perhaps?
Yeah.
I've got good wisdom
I
saves.
also have good wisdom.
This is still on the move, right? We haven't.
Yeah, we're going.
Moving and turning that way up.
I want to use it on somebody.
Well, Ford, how high is your wisdom?
I have a plus 10 to saving throw.
Oh, that's good.
I'll just do it on me. I have plus 7.
Do it on you.
Guttural growling sound and what sounds like streaking claws or blades or nails being pulled across like a chalkboard type sensations moving rapidly in succession. Rushing around one of the nearby hallway intersections, you watch as these two massive kind of dark armored skin feline-like entities, almost like can't tell if it's more dog or cat-like, but they're muscular and elongated, and they're like charging and rushing through. Where there would be a head, you just see kind of the shoulders and what looks like a mouth that's kind of buried in the torso. And they both kind of crawl through. It looks like they're slipping on the ground itself with the sheer volume of intensity that they're hunting. And they both just go charging through the hall in your direction. And you do.
Ball bearings.
Good idea. Wait, get across the hole, and then king.
Okay. Make an initiative roll for me. This is just you. See if they're able to get to you before you can leave them prepared this way.
Nice.
I'm over Beauregard's shoulder, ready to act if the ball bearings do not
You got
go
it.
as planned.
Okay. 23.
23. 17 on their end. So as they're running, you watch as they're not necessarily focused on you, they're just charging down the hall, and one of them kind of like, it opens its mouth and its tongue kind of whips around like it's tasting the air, and then it kind of shifts slightly to begin going straight at your troop. You all dart across like this intersection to the opposite side of the hall as you throw the remainder of your ball bearings. How many do you have?
Well, I have a bag of 1,000. And then, so I imagine maybe I used half before.
It's like 500 ball bearings.
Yeah, feeding the birds.
Okay.
Maybe 500.
All right. So as both of these come charging in your direction, and you just scatter the rest of your ball bearings across the ground here.
It's the best item in the game.
Yeah.
It's pretty great, but now it's spent. So just mark that. Natural 10, nope. Natural 7, nope. Both of them skid underneath and slam on the ground and continue to like skid past and further down the hallway, like arms up in the air trying to grab for whatever they can while they're both just kind of skidding along.
I light one up as it passes me by.
Go ahead and roll an attack.
Okay. That is a 24 to hit.
Yeah, I'll sacred flame it. One, the other one. Nice.
Natural 17 is the dexterity?
Yeah,
Dexterity? Yeah, that would be a 22.
of course, because I suck at everything.
Don't.
Lord Bailey. But I hit him with 23 points of fire.
Okay, good enough. Okay. So both go skidding past. As you head forward, like across the way to the hall, you see as you head downward, it just continues on for a bit, and you can see a bit of light at the end. A light that is similar to what you arrived from, meaning you are coming to a point where the hallway itself is a collapsed and exposed portion of the Arx Creonum. There is a staircase to the right that you see immediately that kind of heads upward. You continue up that way, and just as you all kind of step out from that point, you are now in a partially exposed part of the exterior of the Arx Creonum. You're on the upper floor now, further up than you were, but you're looking out now among like from a higher position. The exterior, the stronghold portion of it collapsed and fallen. You can see those two towers that were like set on two parts of the battlements just outside of where you are. One of them is like partially broken and kind of being held ever so slightly with its base right there. The other one's still kind of shooting upward to an upper level with a secondary like balcony platform that sits above that has a massive crack and looks like parts of it are like kind of hanging and about to tumble from underneath. As you all kind of step out onto that space, kind of seeing the various flying vesicles like darting around, kind of snatching what looks like other soldiers and other members of the attacking forces that are also clambering up and falling up the cables that they can. You can see like one vesicle comes flying by as two figures on it are battling kind of on its mounted space, and it goes like slamming into the ground before catching itself out of sight. And right around this point, another kind of explosion rocks from below, and the hallway that you're on begins to crumble. I need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw.
If you're within 10 feet of me, you get +5 to your dexterity saving.
That's you're all pretty close, or closely clustered. So
+5, you said?
+5.
I do not get advantage on dex. I have a weird green thing, but I don't think it means anything.
Natural 20.
No, +3 on...
Dirty.
dirty 20. Nice.
That doesn't... Does that count? Shit. It left. Okay.
All right.
Shit.
Dirty 20.
Natural 20.
I failed with an 11, I assume, but I'm going to use my ring of evasion to auto-succeed one charge on that ring.
All right.
23?
All right.
12.
Okay.
1.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
Okay. As you all kind kind of switch back to head in the direction that you rushed from on the lower floor to head deeper into and away from the exposed kind of war-torn exterior of the stronghold. That explosion kind of rocks it for a second and the ground cracks. It doesn't give way, and you all kind of hold on for a second and then feel comfortable before the shadow begins to grow darker around you and you realize that one massive pillar that was barely holding on. It's collapsing over in your direction. Majority of you kind of dart down the hall just to the way. However, it slams into the ground, sending debris flying outward in all directions, not crushing your companions, but Caduceus and Jester, who are just outside of its crushing space, get completely ransacked with a number of pieces of flying debris and stone and glass shards. Both of you taking 14 points of piercing damage.
But they don't
Just
go
healed myself.
flying out the edge.
No.
Okay.
Wait, you rolled the 1, right? Mm-hmm. As it slams down, Jester takes the hit from the side, but manages to catch up with the rest of you. From your perspective, where the pillar slammed, you do not see where Caduceus is.
Did I see Caduceus as he was? Did I see it from where I jumped?
You both tried to. You saw it falling, and you rushed. You get blasted with it. You kind of catch yourself. The dust settles, and you turn, and you do not see Caduceus.
So, did we see Caduceus go flying or just disappear underwater?
You just saw the pillar slam, and he's not there.
I'm gonna run over and try to start looking. Caduceus!
Can I look over the edge?
Yeah, I'm over
The pillar's on on the opposite side of you, so it's like where you rushed inward to deeper into the citadel. The pillar slammed and kind of closed off the path outward. So you're not certain. You can try and climb over it. You can try and.
I'm going to scramble up and try. I want to make sure that he's not hurtling down.
Mm-hmm.
Same.
All right. So Caduceus, make a strength saving throw for me if you don't mind.
He's been doing great.
We all knew the risks. Let's keep going.
Strength saving throw.
Yes.
Fuck. 12.
12? Okay.
Me.
Okay. You guys all kind of clamber up over the broken parts of this column, just enough to look over to the side where the portion of the ground that was in the brink of collapse is about to collapse. And there on the opposite side, just barely clutching onto the end, his fingers like slipping, is Caduceus.
I'm gonna grab him.
I'm going to mutter an arcane word and cast telekinesis and grab Caduceus and just
Okay.
lift up.
Caduceus has never been this light. As you reach over and grab and lift him up,
What the fuck?
and he keeps going up and keeps going up.
Every time we get together.
It wasn't the ball bearings, was it? No. Oh, thank God. All right, let's go.
This is already so stressful.
Last time there was a death. We killed a guy. I forgot to use Circle of Mortality and not that Keeper of Souls.
Yeah.
And I would love to really quickly just vague retcon and give however many and hit dice that character had into
6 hit points.
It was 6?
Or 6 hit dice, yeah. So you get
6 points to you.
Oh, great.
Thank you.
So with that, you kind of pick him back up and leave him over the other side, landing as you do. In the moment, thanks to your seeming spell that still holds up, it looks like you have not yet drawn the attention of any of the other flyers and people that are engaged in defending the battlements, the exterior of the Arx Creonum. So you head back into the core of this stronghold, back into the long hallways, the smooth kind of marble floors themselves somewhat cracked and adjacent. You see elements of what once was beautifully carved and polished ground before you that's kind of broken and jutting up in places. The hallways are like partially collapsed on one side, and you can see the veins of the prime pillars, Rhodian glass, growing more and more dense the further in you get, until eventually the walls are almost equal parts just darkened Rhodian stone, red dust-packed sandstone sort of material, and alternating with the faintly glowing and pulsing teal-green Rhodian glass. Almost like this weird, like, patterned tunnel the further down you go. Each time you pass through one, that weird static begins to settle in. Yeah, I would like a group wisdom saving throw.
Advantage.
You all do have advantage.
Would mind blank knock this out for me?
What the fuck?
No.
Let me check.
Caleb/Yasha.
Both Caleb and Yasha are immune to this, so.
Oh, that's great.
But the rest of you,
Okay.
I think he's looking up to
32.
32.
30.
30.
The dirtiest of 20s.
I knew it. Bill?
19.
22.
22. That strange buzzing boundary, that invisible pattern of mental static that seems to pass with each one of these dense portions of Iridian glass. You all just kind of hold your sense of self close to you and close off the rest of your mind best as you can. And with each passing pattern, you can feel on the periphery of your vision just shadows, shapes of figures that are just waiting, looking, seeking, sensing, and not quite able to grasp who and what you are in the moment. But it seems everywhere you turn, wherever a bit of the light seems to fade, you swear for a moment you can see another one of these floating shadow entities. And they're getting closer.
I'm going to cast Intellect Fortress on myself.
Okay.
Ooh.
Just to protect against more psychic things.
You got it.
We're getting closer, aren't we?
How much further does it look like we have?
You're not certain, because now we're going to go into the next portion of searching throughout. Who is helming this leg of looking for you?
I will, since I saw Veth sort of waver for a moment because of this fuckery going on from the weave mines.
Okay. What are you planning to do to help you search through? What are you looking for? What are you finding?
I'm going to use my spatial awareness of where we are to try to go more central inside of this giant pillar.
Okay. Then I
Deeper.
would say for this, it would be either investigation or survival. Your call.
100 gold says he does well on this check. So, 100 gold, I'm betting on this ability check.
Oh wait, we got a running I'm a little bit in debt, I think.
What the fuck is an
She also bullied the fuck out of me before and threatened to kill my girlfriend.
Yeah, can you really need to be saving money right now?
That's true, we're thinking of adopting.
Well, Matthew, it's a 1.
You owe me $100!
God damn it, Caleb, you fucked me!
This is the kind of betting, though, that I think is great.
There's no pockets in your burial shroud. Just trying to remember.
You are following Caleb's lead, heading down this hallway. The iridian glass begins to give way to a kind of brass patterned metallic shell of an arched hallway, which you're like, this is a grandiose presentation to it. It definitely has, this probably leads to something of equal prestige. It begins to head up and up and up, and there is a door there, that like a large metal gate-like door that you go to see if it's locked, but it is partially open. It looks like there was some sort of locking mechanism that is broken, not necessarily forcefully, but like the actual mooring of the door has been adjusted in the impact of the recent assault on the Creonum itself. Right at that point, the door opens up as you see 1, 3, 6, 12 of these kind of red armor-skinned creatures, these orb-like entities with scales and a singular central burning yellow eye in the middle, rows of teeth, and they kind of like a swarm of them, each about maybe 3 feet in diameter, from down this hallway that look like they are free and hungry, and all look at you from behind the doorway.
I will use telekinesis to move 1,000 pounds of weight and shut the door if possible.
Okay, what 1,000 pounds is coming from what?
I don't know how much the doors weigh.
The door itself?
I'm just trying to do, you said it was slightly ajar, so I'm trying to just go.
Okay, the door, when you push it back into place, and it kind of grinds and on the ground. It's not fitting perfectly, but that might be to your advantage. At that point, the rest of you see all the entities behind it are now forcing their weight and impacting, and you hear the sound of scraping and scratching, like they're trying to burrow their way through this door or its surrounding materials.
Shaped stone or something?
I'm gonna push up against it and help Caleb take time till we
Is
figure
there
out.
anything around to like put in front of the door to block it?
It looks like this hallway just comes to this point, like this is where these were kept, or wherever they were deeper inside, they've been freed and are now trying to escape.
Does it look like
Do we need to get through there, or is this?
So it's 1,000 pounds with your help on this. Okay.
I mean, there's no save for material, right? So it's just the duration of the
Can I help
spell.
Yasha also push?
Extra strength.
Extra strength. I'm
Yeah.
strong.
She's
Yeah.
so strong.
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and make a roll for them based on the DC of what you're doing. The DC of you already holding this with telekinesis is going to put it at a 20, I'll say 24. And then with each of you helping, that'll increase it to a 26. I'll say. So I'm rolling this with all of them putting their weight behind it, and there's a bunch of these creatures, and I'd say about a dozen or so of them at about 3 foot behind, and they're all kind of telekinetically floating, and all just like slamming into it and trying to push through. I'll put them at a total of +8, so they're going to have to roll pretty high on this. Which they do not with a natural 2. Yes. So it's holding for the time being. You don't know how long it'll hold, but you can either continue to hold that with telekinesis, you can try and relinquish it and head backward. What are you planning to do?
Do we have to get through there?
We do not know.
Wait, so we walked up to this door
That was like a dead
went
end
in
to
and then
this.
closed it?
Correct. Now, the rest of you, you've been following a pattern of more and more Iridian glass, but this path seems to have less and less of it.
So maybe we went the wrong way. Maybe we turn and go another direction.
I want to make a quick perception check in the room to see if we're being misled. If there's
We're in a hallway.
You're in a hallway that went up sets of stairs, but the material that this hallway is made out of has gone to more of like a darker brass material.
but there's like no sort of obvious hidden door or anything like that.
Did we run past like a
Make a perception
splinter
investigation.
hallway?
Where you were below, there were numerous other hallways and splinters, but you know,
Investigation, not perception.
Damn it.
Use his awesome spatial awareness with a 1
Yeah,
to go inward.
Why did I try this? Nope. My investigation already sucks, but it's good to get that one out of my system.
Let's go back, right?
Yeah.
Right,
Let's go back.
no
Find another
Find
path.
another way.
Okay. So you head back down. They're going to try again. Natural 1. All right. So for the time being, they're held. You all trek back down to where you've last splintered off to this path that led you astray.
I'm going to lift a bunch of the stone that collapsed and try to just block the path from that we came out of.
Okay. So that'll take you a moment, but you begin to kind of manipulate and shift over all these large clusters of collapsed stone from nearby parts of damaged hallway and ceiling, which there are a number of pieces of debris that you can go ahead and manipulate. While that's happening, who else is helming to try and find the right path deeper into this?
Ford, navigate us through this. You're a captain.
On the moon?
Yeah.
Moon
These skills
He's
translate.
an admiral now.
Yeah, I'll try and...
Space Admiral.
I believe in you.
Space Admiral! Yep. I will look.
That only hit you. Yeah.
Okay. So you're just trying to look for patterns to lead you deeper into it?
Yep.
Okay. Make a perception or investigation check. Your call.
Guidance. I guide him.
What is guidance?
Get +4. Plus a D4.
Slap on the butt.
Yeah, heck yeah. I pinch his butt for guidance.
500 points as he fails.
34.
Oh, fuck. You never take it. You never take it.
No.
Beth, you need to keep to your gambling.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
You're both. You're getting stiff. You're getting pretty high here.
Central
On
19
table.
plus 4.
She's walking around with little bookies.
You're gonna visor?
So forward. As you all head down, you can see there are numerous hallways that splinter off. Other soldiers begin to rush past. You know, other Ruidian guardians are now like moving out from deeper into these tunnels. You all can step off to the side and let them move past without like directly running in the opposite direction of them to cause their attention. Nick, waiting for that moment to break in that pattern, you go ahead and take the group and then head down a separate path. This one now, the hallways grow wider. The Ruidian glass archways are more and more intricate, and you can see have like metallic rings kind of placed in sections, and once again that kind of like that static passes over you each time you push through. You've already kind of tuned your minds to try and not be affected at the moment, but those shadowy forms that kind of drift on the periphery of your vision. Every time you kind of focus on something, you see it drift just on the edge of your horizon. As you look, it's gone, and then feel it over here, and they're getting more and more present. to the point where you start feeling this kind of this odd, like funny bone-like vibration within your body. Something within your spine and your neck and the back of your head is feeling kind of slightly fizzy. Eventually, this hall opens into a large kind of antechamber. You can see this kind of almost like a negative pyramid space that comes to a point. And up above it, you can see beautiful reliefs and these designs and shapes that speak to almost like a series of historical images, though they are now cracked and sections of it have fallen and kind of broken in and leave just piles of debris around, none of which is familiar to you at all. But on the far end of this kind of negative pyramid space, there are two large doors at one of kind of the opening points that are both open, like double doors, and from the inside you can see quite a strong teal glow that emanates from within.
Just from one of them?
From both of them.
Oh, from both.
That's promising.
For just really quick, I don't want to take time, but kind of just glance at this mural, this relief, and see if I can glean any type of information. Is it like a founding myth? What is it?
At a quick glance, sure. Make an investigation check or a history check.
Come on, Cobalt's Ruidian cheat code in glyphs.
Guidance.
Feature.
My history
I pinched your
is going to
butt.
be very high. Ooh.
Go nerd.
Guidance.
Sorry, I distracted
22.
you. I was trying to help.
22's good.
22 is good, but my history is plus
Go
16.
around pinching everyone's buttons.
Pinch your butt.
At this brief moment where it seems like the rumbling of the Arx Creonum has stabilized from how deep you are within it, you look upon the ceiling above and you can see images that seem to correlate to a pale blue celestial object that you quickly ascertain to be Exandria, and it looks like this is a reverse celestial calendar in places where instead the time is kept by the position of Catha and Exandria in the Ruidian sky. From that, you also see things that depict the core of this. Like as it goes down to like the sedentary layers of its history, you can see like the reliefs that are meant to, and actually use like Ruidian glass to show it, but are like carved to show like the core itself reaching out like the branches of a tree. And the deeper down it goes, there's almost like a golden color that goes to a white or silver at the edges. And everything seems to be like it is expressing an outward interest, something of moving beyond, reaching upward. There's no real like text. It just looks like a lot of intent to be free.
Okay. Cool.
These doors don't look promising. We should go down and keep looking.
What are you talking about? It's glowing teal.
That's never good. I vote we leave now.
It's going to glow a color. This is kind of a
I
nice
really
one.
don't like these old guys.
Is it two sets of double doors or just double doors?
There are two sets of double doors. There's at the far end there.
One on the right.
It looks like there is almost like where two tunnels escape from this kind of reverse pyramid antechamber. It looks like there are two doors on opposite sides of a heavy corner that both kind of lead into the same chamber, and both of them are kind of open, not like intentionally open, but partially open, and like a strong kind of teal glow from the
We
inside.
go to the set of double doors on the right hand side and slice the pie as we look in, barely revealing ourselves as we look around the edge.
And we're just going to toss in, while Beauregard was studying the wall, Caleb held a pearl to Jester's forehead and cast Fortune's Favor on you, so you have one reroll at some point.
That's really useful. Thank you.
What's really useful?
She's eating a pastry.
I have candy. You want some?
Will I also sound sarcastic if I eat it?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, yeah.
What do we see when we start
Got
off?
it.
Cool. Yeah.
As you peek around through this entryway, first off, the light is pulsing, not dissimilar to the pattern of pulsing that you see throughout the prime pillar exterior, but here it is quite vibrant. Glancing inside, immediately to your left and kind of near the doorway, you see some sort of a stair-step construct with what looks to be like a massive arch, a singular arch of mostly carved or shaped Rudian glass that itself is glowing in a pattern, almost like a massive horseshoe that is 20-25 feet tall. Just, you can't even quite see the apex of it beyond where you stand looking through this open doorway. Beyond that, you can see the chamber kind of spreads out before you with kind of raised areas that look to be some small bridges that head to an upper platform that you can't quite make out the details from where you stand, but this looks like a larger chamber within. That static sound, that feeling itself is now ever present.
I think we're here.
Do we see any signs of weave mind?
Make a perception check.
The weed mine.
I'll assist you.
Assist? Take
Up
it.
in your butt.
Stop touching other people's butts
It
so
helps
much.
them. It makes them feel good.
Oh, that one did do good. What was it? Perception, you said? 24.
24. You see no sign of the weave mine. You see no other entities in there. It's just kind of a barren chamber. Looking past, you can see there are other. As you kind of like focus around that, with that glance through there, you can see there are rich veins of exposed Rudian glass that kind of punch out from the ground and are like, built along its base to blend in with the surrounding architecture, but they themselves pulse in the same pattern. Beyond that, you can see there are full pillars of Rudian glass that also like pulse and glow in the same pattern that rise up to the top of the ceiling.
I know this is not going to do anything, but I'm just going to burn an ice to the grave, because why not?
Ice to the grave, which does...
Let me know if there's any undead within 60 feet.
Fair.
Just because, why not?
No worries, you do not sense any undead.
All right. Yeah, I wanted to give that...
Scritch, sprinkle on my shoulder. I'm getting really nervous, you guys.
That's fair.
I think this is it.
But I just don't see them in there, but I'm sure they're
I'm going to appeal.
there.
Should we spread out so we're not
Yeah, don't bunch up.
bunching?
Could I pull out Starrazor and I will cast See Invisibility?
Sure. Okay.
Oh, I'm going to throw in the dagger.
And you're looking in there as well? Make a perception check.
550 gold.
Excuse me, butt pinch.
Pinch, pinch,
you.
pinch. A double pinch.
Right on the gooch.
1,000?
Certainly.
1,000 gold says one of us dies here. 2,000 if it's me.
19.
19, okay. So as you pull Starrazor ahead and you cast the spell itself, the kind of the beautiful, like, sweet smell of like fresh ocean spray kind of coming into your nostrils, your eyes kind of crystallize, and within the pulsing glow of the energy throughout this Rudian glass structures within, you go from seeing nothing in the chamber to two figures that have been masked by some power are currently focused on one of these multiple pillars of Rudian glass, kind of just hovering next to it.
We mine are in the
Concentrating on
pillars.
it. Just kind of floating just beyond it, but focused on it. And you see with it pulsing, the kind of same energy kind of pulses around them, and you see them kind of concentrating on these things.
They may be concentrating on the things we were getting bombarded at with box.
Are we seeing like
What
the
if
lizard?
What if well, we're not seeing anything. He's seeing
Yeah.
These two guys are focused on a
What
single
do they
pillar.
look like?
What you see is a Ruidian type physicality, if stretched. Their limbs, their arms, their fingers, what bit of the legs you can even see on one of them that dangle from these long robes that just kind of drift in the air, hanging from their heavily dressed body. You can see these kind of pale gray and gold robes, multiple layers of it that come to like a point in the center. Looks like metallic long bands of kind of ornamental outfit decor around them, this multiple patterned mantle of gold and brass metals that have all manner of runes and various symbols kind of carved throughout. These large points that kind of jut out from the center of the mantle where the head is set. And what little you can see facets of the Rudian red skin between their bracers and their armor, where it is like withered and wrinkled. And where their head crest is, and it is a very long head crest that kind of lines out into multiple carved points, a heavily patterned and kind of chain dangling helmet, more or less, or a mask kind of sits on top of it and covers the majority of their kind of head crest. You see beyond the mantle itself, among two of them, On top of their helmet and crest, there are different symbols, like large structures. One you can see has almost like a crescent moon with a smaller circle within, and a larger kind of echo of that symbol pattern that kind of emerges from the back of its mantle. The one beyond that you can see that's kind of a little further into the chamber, focusing on another piece of crystal, seems to have almost like a curved hourglass-esque type shape. They look ornamental, and differentiating what would otherwise be, from your perspective, fairly identical looking entities.
And they're each focused on a different crystal.
Yeah, from the two that you can see are focused on different crystals.
And only Ford sees.
Only Ford sees them. And the minute you see them, the one kind of like turns its head and you hear in your mind, "Welcome. Do you wish to come converse a bit?"
They are talking to me. In my mind.
You glance back in the room, and the other one's now looking at you as well.
They're looking at me. They're asking if we want to come converse.
Tell him no. Tell him to suck it.
I mean, is there any reason not to have a talk?
Where in the room are they?
They're on the pillar. How many pillars are in the room? Half dozen? Dozen?
5.
5.
From what you can see in here, from you're just looking through an open doorway. You can see there's a large arch, and you can see on the far end of the room there is an elongated pillar. There's a small cluster of rubidian crystal as well that juts from the ground. That's about all you can make out of it. Maybe like a little bit of an upper platform area towards the back where you can see another section, but that's about all you can make out from where you currently stand.
I'd rather know more now than make the assumption that where we are is where we can find any kind
Tell
of...
him to come in here if they want to talk.
I'd like some visibility.
Yeah, maybe just be like, hey, what are you doing? What are you guys doing?
Yeah.
Please. No. One doesn't.
Hey, you guys.
I think we might be beyond the point of conversing. Unless you wanted to step outside.
A third one kind of drifts in, looking at you.
There's three. Not two bogeys,
They all just kind of like
bogeys.
floating there in space. You hear three voices in your mind go, "We insist." Make a strength saving throw for me.
Oh, they're gonna force pull your ass.
He's strong. Don't
He's so strong.
It's been working. It's been working out.
12.
No!
The rest of you watch as four.
Strength saving throw.
Yes.
Sorry. 14.
So much better.
I've been waiting for this, so if I see his body jerk, do I have the ability to try to tug a war them?
If you'd like to, yeah.
Yeah.
So you all watch as Ford suddenly, like just the feet skidding and slipping on the ground, just all of a sudden starts being pulled towards the entryway. This is a contested roll. Go ahead and roll d20 and add your spell ability.
Fire? Yeah.
So just add your intelligence modifier.
That is, what is that? Oh, natural 20.
Natural 20 for a total of
5.
25. Okay. That's interesting. You both got the same number. They didn't roll a natural 20, but they have a higher modifier than you. You both got 25. So Ford kind of like slides into the doorway and is now just being held there and being pulled in two different directions. Ford?
How far away?
Ford?
How far? Yes.
Make a Constitution saving throw for me.
How far away?
Because you are being pulled
Roughly.
apart right now
Okay.
from two massive psychic forces.
He's not close enough to tap, is he, or no?
If you want to.
I was going to give him a little tap for resistance and cast resistance.
Okay, well, first, we'll get to that in a second. This is happening like really fast. You're now moving forward to do this. So first we'll see how much damage he takes if he rolls this.
31.
31, okay. So you only take 6 points of bludgeoning damage as your body is now being ripped apart from the inside on
And
both
roughly how
points.
far inside this room are they?
The one that's closest to you is about 40-ish feet.
40-ish feet? Could
40 to 50
I,
feet? Yeah.
as I'm getting... fuck this! I'm going to try and cast fairy fire inside the room.
Yeah.
Sure.
I was hoping someone had fire.
Fairy fire.
One of the best spells.
Okay. So 20-foot cube on him.
60 feet.
Yep. Dexterity, natural 20 on the dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, definitely saves.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Where was that when it was contesting the earlier one? So you cast Fairy Fire, and you watch as it kind of drifts and then just kind of dissipates around the exterior of your target. This member of the Weave Mind just still floating, untouched, unfazed, looking at you.
So there was only one individual in that glitter bomb?
Yeah, it's a 20-foot.
Yeah.
They're all kind of, the two that he saw were like kind of far apart, and the one that just kind of coasted it was from further back even then.
I don't want to squish forward. What are we doing?
It's okay.
I am going.
Stop!
Go ahead.
I have a bonus action.
You do?
I'm nervous.
With my bonus action, I'm going to disappear by casting Far Step
Okay.
at 5th level.
Okay. Yep.
Side. And just do.
And I will appear
You will appear where?
right behind them.
Right behind which one? The one you targeted with Fairy Fire, the one that's closest to you?
Maybe the one that's farthest back in the room, so that if I appear behind him, maybe the other two with these enormous ornate domes don't quite. No.
Where you stand, they're beyond 60 feet from the entry where you are.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said they were 30 feet from where.
No, the one that's closest to you is about 40, 50 feet from where you were. You could teleport behind that one.
And they're still invisible.
You all don't see them.
Right. I'll jump in there. I'll just the guy that's 40 feet because that's within 60 of Far Step.
Yeah, so you appear behind him and nick that space. The rest of you just watch forward and just dissipate in the doorway. You no longer have a grasp on your friend. He has vanished from your hold and from all of your sight.
Wait! He just went in. I'm gonna take a cue from Captain, and I am going to. We're gonna have to talk about this because I've done this, but I'm going to spend 4 key points, and you see Bo just throw her arms out and her head back, and her eyes gloss over white, and she slowly from the top down starts to disappear. What? And I'm going to cast. Well, it's not a cast. I just do.
She's starting to believe.
Empty body. So I'm invisible, and I have resistance to all damage except for force for 1 minute.
Correct.
And this isn't the invisibility spell, so I can punch.
Correct.
Okay.
That. What? That's amazing!
Yes.
Dope.
But you can't see it.
Monk.
Shit.
I can't see what you saw.
They're making both of them disappear! Oh my god!
I just and I'm going in.
All right. So you watch Ford just vanish after being nearly torn in twain in the doorway by psychic force. Beauregard shoots into I am the one mode and then also vanishes. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm going in.
Okay, I'm tapping you on the way in.
Okay.
Good luck.
I can't see
I'm casting Holy Weapon.
Holy Weapon on.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
That's an extra 2d8 radiant with every hit.
All right, we'll note that. The rest of you?
Entering
as well. Okay. As the rest of you rush into the chamber in pursuit of your friends, we're going to go to break. It's no your break, but I'm going to go ahead and set what has now been the beginning of a battle in the battlefield there, or at least a series of tense moments are likely to turn into battle, and I want to set the stage for it. So we're back here in a few minutes. We'll see you all here shortly.
Greetings, mages. This is Tales of Fablecraft. Fablecraft is a virtual tabletop RPG. It's a lot like that game with Dragons and Dungeons, only easier to GM and play. Even seasoned adventurers haven't met a virtual tabletop this simple and intuitive. And the RPG curious finally have the perfect on-ramp into the TTRPG genre, whether you've watched people play, or you've tried to tame an owlbear in a past life. Fablecraft uses its own D6 system that's built to be accessible. We do the math so you can enjoy the game. And since we're a digital product, we do something interesting with our dice. Their faces evolve as characters level up. Interactive combat lets you focus on fighting monsters, not manuals. Move and attack with ease. No need to rifle through a handbook or dense menu. But you'll still need to master turn-based strategy if you're going to stand a chance against the mighty Highlands dragon. Running a game for your friends? Fablecraft all but eliminates GM prep time. So if you're looking for adventures you can jump into in minutes, Fablecraft is perfect for your party. No rails? No problem. When the party goes rogue, simply drag and drop new environments, NPCs and battle maps to adapt to their off-course antics. Finally, Homebrew. We're in early access, so our list of homebrew tools is steadily growing. Soon you'll be able to customize virtually everything. Whether you're new to TTRPGs or a grizzled veteran of the genre, Tales of Fablecraft is made for you. Play in person or remote across Steam and iPad. Mobile support is coming soon. It's free to play and available now.
It's a merry, merry Christmas. Oh, here in California, yeah. It's a merry, merry Christmas. Around the table playing games. The fire burns, the stories are told till it's time for bed and the cold comes cold. It's Christmas. We're hoping that you're on our way. Have a merry, merry Christmas.
You fought well, princesses. But this battle is far from over. I've made sure of it. You didn't think there were only 6 princesses in 12-fold, did you? Allow me to introduce Elise LeCracken, diva of the 12 tides. Cosima Albazar, gentlewoman thief of the lamp. Kahurere Skyfisher, rebel of the new dawn. And then there's me, Azel, with a C. What other letter would it be? By mind, magic, or might, claim your crown at last. Dare to be Queen by midnight.
1:15. We'll see you in time.
Down there. Hello there now. Who's that on the step? You've activated my trap. I see that, and that takes a bit. That'll take a bit. Hello there now. Are you coming up the stairs? Because the tea is on. If you want a tea, then you'll have to. There's 400 steps. I don't know if you've counted them. I've counted them many times. These knees have counted them up and down, and my hip. My hip's actually quite sore today. I'm telling you that the tea is on. I don't know how many of there are, but...
Ulfgar is coming to town, which means it's Christmas time. All Critical Role shops have fantastic deals on some of our favorite creations. So many cool dice sets and my very own dice bag reporting are on sale. Plus, we've got blankets and fun puzzles for getting cozy by the fire with. For all you lore keepers out there, we have gorgeous books, journals, and stationery for your scribe and literary needs. An adventure in style with our picks from the wardrobe, like our Caduceus Clay cardigan sweater. And for the gamers in your life, get deals on Darrington Press RPGs and games like Candela Obscura, Queen by Midnight, and Till the Last Gasp. What else screams Christmas other than challenging your loved ones to a duel to the death? Check out this and more right now on our Critical Role shops for all your holiday needs before the sale ends December 9th. He's here. You're not gonna want to miss it. Hey critters, Laura Bailey here to guide you through what's new in the Critical Role shop. Style should never be a dump stud.
Could anything be more perfect?
Oh, so comfy cozy.
The cuteness, it's overpowering.
Check it out, look, it has pockets.